Imagine a world transformed in an instant. The coldest, most remote continent sheds its icy armor in a catastrophic event. What happens if, in a flash, all the ice covering Antarctica simply melted? This is not a slow, creeping change. This is a sudden, violent transformation. The consequences would ripple across the globe, reshaping coastlines, altering climates, challenging the very foundations of our civilization. We are about to witness a planet-wide event of unimaginable scale. This is a story of water, of land, of life. Beneath Antarctica's frozen surface, a deep and ancient story is locked away. We will melt every glacier, every ice sheet, every frozen river. What mysteries have been buried for millions of years? What will become of our coastal cities, and why might this unleash terrifying diseases? Welcome to Antarctica, a continent of extremes crowning the bottom of our world, larger than Europe and almost entirely buried in ice. The coldest, driest, and highest continent on average, silent and starkly beautiful. Here, life clings to the edges: seals, whales, colonies of penguins. A handful of scientists brave its harshness to study our climate's foundation. Within this frozen desert lies a singular threat: Thwaites Glacier, the Doomsday Glacier, roughly the size of Florida. It acts like a cork, holding back the West Antarctic ice sheet. It is melting now, and accelerating, shedding about 50 billion tons of ice each year, adding to sea level rise. Its collapse could trigger an unstoppable chain reaction. Grounded on a seabed that deepens inland, inviting warm water beneath. Cavities weaken the ice and speed its slide to the sea. Its collapse alone could raise seas by over half a meter, about 2 feet. In our thought experiment, we skip decades. In moments, the cork gives way. The collapse has begun. As Thwaites disintegrates, its neighbors follow. Seas begin to rise everywhere. Not a gentle lapping, but an aggressive, relentless advance into places water has never been. Within hours, levels surge by several meters. Then, East Antarctica begins to add its vast volume. Major coastal cities are the first to fall: Miami, New Orleans, Venice, Shanghai, Mumbai, Jakarta. Centers of culture, economies, and history, erased by the rising sea. The speed leaves no time to defend or evacuate. The world watches in horror. Strangely, near Antarctica, sea level falls. The ice sheet's immense mass once pulled water toward it. As that mass vanishes, the pull fades and water flows away, even as it rises elsewhere. As the colossal ice vanishes, a hidden continent emerges. Not a flat rock, but a world of its own geography. Rivers, lakes, and canyons. Over 100 kilometers longer than the Grand Canyon and plunging 3.5 kilometers below sea level. An immense scar carved by ancient rivers. Lake Vostok, sealed from the world for at least 15 million years. By volume, the 6th largest on Earth. Dark, pressurized, and utterly isolated. Life here evolved on a separate trajectory. Beneath thinning shelves, bizarre ecosystems. Anemones burrowed into ice, dangling upside down. Unlike their rooted cousins, these could wriggle through the water. They fed on drifting plankton, and the slow decay of ancient remains. Now, sudden light, warmth, and new chemistry force a rapid reckoning. Can these unique creatures adapt, or vanish as quickly as they were found? The melting is also about what the ice has preserved. Dust, ancient air bubbles, microorganisms, bacteria and viruses dormant for millennia. As ice melts, they are released into water and the atmosphere. A biological Pandora's box opens. Pathogens our immune systems have never seen. An unknown virus could spread uncontrollably. Identifying and treating it amid floods and chaos becomes monumental. Some Antarctic bacteria are naturally resistant to many antibiotics, not from medical overuse, but ancient survival mechanisms. They can share resistance genes with modern pathogens. A new generation of superbugs could render medicines useless. A simple infection could again become a death sentence. Yet these organisms might yield new, more effective antibiotics. They could help break down toxic waste, or lead to biodegradable alternatives to plastic. A paradox, a microscopic lottery with stakes as high as humanity's future. Salvation and doom, both sealed in ice. A continent's worth of fresh water pours into the sea. The oceans are in constant motion, our planet's heat engine. Driven by temperature and salinity differences, cold, salty water sinks, pulling warm surface water poleward. Fresh water is less dense, it stays atop like a lid, jamming the system. Sinking slows or stops altogether. Consequences become profound and unpredictable. Heat transport from equator to poles is disrupted. Some regions, like northern Europe, could cool dramatically as the Gulf Stream falters. Elsewhere, heat intensifies. Nutrients stop rising from the deep. Phytoplankton crash, collapsing marine food webs. Iron-rich melt sparks a temporary local bloom, but cannot offset global decline. The machine is broken. Climate systems falter, seas turn barren. Ice reflects sunlight, its albedo keeps Earth cool. Melt the ice, expose dark water, and the ocean absorbs heat. Warming melts more ice, exposing more dark water, accelerating the cycle. Freed from ice, permafrost begins to thaw. It holds vast ancient plant and animal matter. Dormant microbes wake and begin to decompose it. They release huge quantities of carbon dioxide and methane, like pouring gasoline on a fire. Methane is over 80 times more potent than CO2 over 20 years. More warming thaws more permafrost, releasing more gas. A freshwater lid stratifies the ocean, blocking mixing. The ocean draws down less CO2. Warmer water holds fewer gases, releasing more to the air. Natural regulators reverse, amplifying heat to levels not seen in millions of years. The Earth develops a fever with no easy cure. As the world drowns and burns, humanity fights to survive. With coastlines gone, 40% are displaced. Billions flee flooded lowlands for higher ground. Interior lands become crowded hubs. The idea of home is rewritten. Strain grows, resources dwindle. Geopolitical tensions soar as entire nations vanish. Bangladesh, underwater. Where can the displaced go and who will take them in? Infrastructure buckles, governments, economies, safety nets. Saltwater destroys farmland and taints aquifers. A world awash in water is a world dying of thirst. Clean water becomes power and conflict. Billions struggle for access. People seek new frontiers, Arctic and Antarctic shores laid bare. A surreal future, palm-fringed Antarctic coasts, a warm southern ocean. In the aftermath of the Great Melt, the Earth is reborn, scarred and transformed. Coastlines we knew are gone, submerged beneath a staggering 70 meters, over 230 feet. The entire Atlantic seaboard is underwater. London, Paris, Venice, California becomes a chain of islands. Survivors cling to high ground in a world remapped, a new climate and new rules for survival. Life becomes local, water, unsalted soil, shelter. Antarctica is a frontier of opportunity and unknown peril. Let us step back from this apocalyptic vision. Today, September 29th, 2025, this is a thought experiment. Thank goodness Antarctica is not melting in minutes. Its ice remains, a silent guardian at the bottom of the world. The catastrophic floods, pandemics, and mass migrations are, for now, only a story. But a powerful warning of Earth's immense interconnected systems, and a chance still to choose a different future.